game, he's never been a strong defender. And the chant of "We want Frank."
How did we get here? How did Dennis Smith Jr. go from a lottery pick in the NBA draft, drawing comparisons between himself and Baron Davis, to a player who's only averaging 5.5 points per game for a terrible Knicks team? To understand how we got here, we have to take it back to where it all started. Back when Dennis was in high school, he was one of the best prospects in the country. I don't think at the time it was a stretch to say Dennis Smith Jr. was a human highlight reel. Dennis's displays of athleticism on the court made him a joy to watch, and every week it seemed like there was a new highlight video of him doing some crazy dunk. Dennis at this time was a consensus 5-star prospect, and he was backing this up on the court. But Dennis would miss his entire senior season with an ACL injury. But this wouldn't stop Dennis. He would commit to North Carolina State University, where he would absolutely dominate, where he averaged 8.1 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 6.2 assists. And he would win ACC Rookie of the Year. After this amazing college season, Dennis would make a step towards the NBA, and Dennis would declare himself for the 2017 NBA draft, where he would be picked at the 9th spot by the Dallas Mavericks. But there was already controversy in this selection, as many criticized the New York Knicks for taking foreign prospect Frank Ntilikina with the 8th pick. Even LeBron James weighed in, saying the Knicks passed up on a really good one when referring to Dennis Smith Jr. And in his rookie season, he showed to be the better prospect overall. When at the Mavs this season, he put up 15.2 points, 5.2 assists, and 3.8 rebounds on about 40% from the field. This, sadly for the Mavs, didn't translate into wins, as they finished with a record of 24-58. But this put Mavs in a position to get another high draft pick, and they would use this draft pick to select Luka Doncic 3rd overall. And I don't have to tell you how good of a player Luka Doncic is, and the Mavs' future looked really bright. But there was one major issue. Luka and Dennis's playstyles just did not match each other. Both were ball dominant, and Dennis Smith Jr. wasn't a good shooter, who only shot 31% from 3 in his rookie season. So it wasn't like you're going to see him spotting up anytime soon. And with Luka becoming more and more important to the Mavs offense and Dennis losing his role, Dennis wanted out of the Mavs, and the Mavs needed to build around their new generational talent, Luka Doncic. Dennis would indeed get his wish when the Mavs would trade Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and 2 future first-round picks for Kristaps Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Trey Burke. Dennis was now a Knick after they passed up on him in the 2017 draft. Dennis now could show that he was the man and can lead a team to success. And he performed pretty well in the Knicks uniform first. He put up 13.7 points per game and 5.4 assists on 40% from the field. And couple that with the development of Knicks rookies Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson, and the hope of potentially landing the 1st overall pick and getting Zion Williamson. But what was meant to be a great offseason for the Knicks turned out to be the offseason of hell. The Knicks would end up falling to the 3rd pick and selecting RJ Barrett, KD, Kyrie. Well, they didn't join. We ended up having to settle for Julius Randle. But there was still hope at the time. Dennis could hopefully develop alongside RJ Barrett, and they could make a nice young backcourt together. But this is about the time when it all went downhill. This season, Dennis has played terrible. He's only managed about 5.5 points per game and 2.9 assists on an absurdly terrible 34% from the field. And this was all capped off in a game against the Celtics where Dennis was booed at the free throw line by his own fan, and a chant of "We want Frank" started. After seeing the rise and the fall of Dennis Smith Jr., what's next? Is he just bound to be a bust? Dennis Smith Jr. still has all that athleticism, which was the reason he was so highly recruited. He hasn't lost that. But I think the next stage in Dennis's career, he needs to leave New York. I could only imagine what getting booed by your own fans can do to a young man's confidence, and is a player that seems to thrive on confidence. And overall, Dennis needs to get back to what made him good in Dallas. When watching Dennis play in Knicks, it seems like he overcomplicates a lot of things. Dennis has a tendency to take a lot of mid-range shots, even though he's not a very good shooter. But I think the major step he has to take is to leave New York, go to a team with a better system that can rebuild his confidence. I don't think this is the last we're going to see of Dennis Smith Jr. But will he ever live up to that comparison to Baron Davis? I don't think so. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing for more basketball content. And see you guys next time.